Ever notice your power drops mid-rep, even when your form is spot on?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today you'll learn how the way you breathe sets your strength, posture, and stability long before any barbell does, and how fixing faulty breathing patterns restores energy, focus, and control.
I'm Alara Sky. We're taking a clear, step-by-step look at how coordinating your breath with movement stabilizes your core, protects your spine, and keeps your nervous system calm so you generate more force with less strain.
Most people treat breath like background noise, but you take around 20,000 breaths a day, and each one shapes how you move. When you breathe well, your diaphragm, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and back muscles work together as a stabilizing cylinder. Inhaling properly lets your diaphragm descend and create internal pressure. Exhaling during effort lifts and realigns your ribs over your pelvis, so your spine stays supported.
If your pattern is off, chest breathing, breath holding, or erratic rhythm, you restrict oxygen delivery, tighten your neck and back, and sabotage balance. Over time, your rib cage and pelvis drift out of alignment. Movement becomes inefficient, and your injury risk rises. You feel it as tension, fatigue, or a nagging sense that every lift is harder than it should be.
Linking breath to the task in front of you unlocks stability. Exhaling on the hardest part of a rep activates your obliques and pelvic floor, so you can hold position under pressure. This teaches your nervous system the pattern is safe, reduces protective muscle guarding, and frees up strength you couldn't access when you were bracing the wrong way.
You can map this to common movement patterns. When you push, push-ups, or bench, inhale to prepare and exhale as you press to keep your shoulder blades stable. When you pull, rows, or pull-ups, exhale as you draw the load toward you to anchor your spine and mid-back. In a squat, inhale on the way down and exhale as you rise to stack ribs over pelvis. During rotations, wood chops or a golf swing, an exhale helps your obliques control torque and protect your spine.
Breathing also serves as a neurological reset. Shallow or jagged breathing makes your body feel unsafe. Muscles clamp down and power falls. Purposeful diaphragmatic breaths signal safety, release unnecessary tension, and remove the brakes your brain applies when it senses threat. The result is smoother motion and steadier output.
There is a place for brief breath holds. Advanced lifters sometimes use a Valsalva maneuver to create short bursts of intra-abdominal pressure under very heavy loads. That's a specific tool for experienced athletes with solid cardiovascular health. For most people, breath holds spike blood pressure and starve working muscles of oxygen. Coordinated inhale-exhale patterns are safer and more effective for long-term performance.
A simple daily practice reinforces better mechanics. Sit tall, place your hands on the sides of your ribs, and take 6 conscious diaphragmatic breaths. Feel the ribs expand outward on the inhale and glide inward on the exhale. Let the exhale run slightly longer than the inhale to nudge your nervous system toward calm and to strengthen your diaphragm.
Your breathing pattern also reveals how well your core truly functions. Lie on your back with knees bent, one hand on your chest and the other on your lower ribs. If only your chest or shoulders move on the inhale, your diaphragm isn't doing its job. An early sign that stability is compromised even if your core feels strong during workouts.
Correct breathing balances your ribcage, pelvis, and spine, so movement stops fighting you. Shallow or misaligned breathing forces your lower back, shoulders, and neck to compensate. By restoring lateral rib expansion, outward, not upward, you rebuild internal pressure that stabilizes your spine and reduces strain across lifts and daily tasks.
Posture problems often start with faulty breathing, not weak muscles. Anterior pelvic tilt and asymmetric rib flare both interfere with diaphragm and pelvic floor coordination. You experience that as tightness, heaviness, or recurring aches. Retraining breath mechanics frequently resolves those issues when traditional strength work alone does not.
Short, consistent sessions drive change. A few minutes each day of diaphragmatic expansion while lying down re-educates your nervous system and ingrains posture awareness. Over time, balance, mobility, and coordination improve because your stabilizers are finally doing the right job at the right time.
It's also important to understand why big, deep breaths can backfire. Overbreathing, going too deep or too often, drops carbon dioxide levels and narrows blood vessels, which actually reduces oxygen delivery to your brain and muscles. You feel wired, dizzy, or unfocused, and your power fades even though you're breathing more.
Carbon dioxide keeps vessels open and energy steady. When CO2 plunges from overbreathing, blood flow tightens and your red blood cells hold onto oxygen instead of releasing it where you need it. That's why dialing back to light, rhythmic, mostly nasal breathing often restores clarity and endurance faster than any attempt to breathe more.
If you accidentally overbreathe and develop symptoms like tingling or lightheadedness, a brief rescue can help. Several slow breaths into a medium paper bag, not plastic, allow CO2 to rebuild and usually ease symptoms quickly. This is a short-term reset, not a training method.
Here's how to put it all together. First, rebuild awareness. Lie on your back, breathe gently through your nose, and look for outward rib movement while your belly softens. Keep the breath light and unforced for 5 to 10 minutes, several times a day. Second, pair movement with purposeful breathing. Inhale to set position, exhale through the effort. Avoid breath holding, and keep the rhythm calm.
Third, use breath to guide posture instead of bracing. Gentle rib expansion on the inhale and soft narrowing on the exhale aligns your ribs over your pelvis and recruits your pelvic floor without neck or back tension. Fourth, run short reset sessions. Sit upright, inhale through your nose for 4 counts, brief pause, exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. The goal is steady, CO2, not big breaths.
Finally, integrate this into daily life. Practice nasal, rhythmic breathing during walks, mobility work, and strength training. As the pattern settles in, movement becomes more powerful and controlled because your stabilizers and breath are in sync.
Your challenge today? Pick one lift or everyday task and deliberately exhale during the effort for every rep or repetition you do. Then schedule 2 5-minute rib expansion sessions, one morning, one evening, to lock the pattern in.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.